The conversation of Patrick Mahomes versus Drew Brees or Todd Gurley or anyone else is ridiculous to me. Patrick Mahomes is in the middle of a historic season, and we truly haven't seen anything quite like it since Dan Marino in 1984. In this video, I hope to explain why Patrick Mahomes is the NFL MVP, and it isn't even close. Before I give you my argument, make sure you subscribe to the Bottom Line View for daily NFL content, and Gronk spike that like button to show support for the channel. Also, don't be afraid to comment your opinion below. In essentially what is his rookie season, Patrick Mahomes is through 11 weeks of football. And in that 11 weeks of football, not only has Patrick Mahomes been an absolute sight to behold, but he is leading the NFL in yards, in touchdowns, and is on pace to have one of the greatest seasons a quarterback has ever had. Patrick Mahomes is on pace for over 5,000 passing yards with 5,277 and 54 touchdowns. To put that into context, only one quarterback ever has thrown for more touchdowns, and approximately 0 have thrown for more yards. Yet, I see far too many people calling for others to be named MVP. What do we have against this guy to say that a player who is on pace for the most yards in an NFL season and the second most touchdowns is not the most valuable player? But to be fair, I don't think it actually is hate for Mahomes where these people are coming from, but love for one player, and that love is for Drew Brees. Why do we assume always that the best player on the best team, who is Drew Brees, deserves MVP? I get it. Drew Brees is awesome, and he is one of the greatest to ever play. But come on, this is ludicrous. The NFL MVP is supposed to be the most valuable player award, but we all know in our hearts it's the best player on a playoff team with the best stats. If that's the case, Patrick Mahomes does have 8 more touchdown passes and around 500 more yards than Drew Brees in the same amount of games played. If we start talking about the most valuable player, it also clearly is Patrick Mahomes. Let me put it to you this way. Before this season started, I predicted the Saints correctly to be really good. In fact, I was so high on the Saints that they were my Super Bowl pick and the #1 seed in the NFC. But I, like many others, incorrectly casted the Chiefs to have a down year and finish anywhere from 7-9 to 9-7. To you Chief fans, I apologize, because even though Patrick Mahomes was my favorite quarterback in the last 3 drafts combined, I still thought that with this lackluster defense, a worse offensive line, and a guy who is essentially a rookie quarterback, he just possibly couldn't win this many games this season. Again, I was wrong, but why was I wrong? Because I underestimated how good Patrick Mahomes really is. I knew he was special, but at this point in time, he truly does have the potential to be one of the greatest ever. And I'm not just saying that for this video, I really do believe that. Tyreek Hill is on pace for his best season ever and looks like the best receiver in the NFL. But we weren't talking about him this way before Mahomes. Travis Kelce is on pace for his best season ever as well, and Kareem Hunt is even more of a dual threat than 1 season ago. Andy Reid is having his best offensive season ever, and arguably his best season ever as a coach. And no one would consider Alex Smith a bad quarterback He took the Skins to a 6-3 record before getting injured, but his replacement, Patrick Mahomes, has already outproduced him this season after Alex Smith had his best season ever just last year. I will reiterate, for a young quarterback, Mahomes is tearing the league up in a way we haven't seen since Dan Marino in 1984. And correct me if I'm wrong, but in 1984, they didn't give the MVP that year to Joe Montana. Mahomes makes plays like no one we have ever seen. Even John Elway, Brett Favre, and Aaron Rodgers would marvel at the plays he makes on the move with his arm. Breeze, on the other hand, has more wide-open receivers than I think I've ever seen. Sean Payton might be the GOAT offensive play caller, and he also has the best offensive line and best run game in the entire sport. I truthfully do believe you can argue that with Teddy Bridgewater, the Saints would be an NFC Championship team. But you can't. You just possibly cannot argue that with the Chiefs and Mahomes. I'm not trying to disrespect Drew Brees, but guys, this is getting ridiculous. What Mahomes is doing is historic, and we must give credit where credit is due. The MVP is not a career achievement award, but an award for the best player in that single year. With 20 combined touchdowns against the Patriots, Steelers, Rams, and Chargers, Patrick Mahomes is that player in 2018. The 2018 MVP right now is Patrick Mahomes, and it isn't even close. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you Gronk spike the like button and subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos just like this. It's Mitch at The Bottom Line View. Peace out.